everyone, welcome to another video review by Shadow Reviews. And today we're going to be reviewing another Bioformer mock. Today we're going to be reviewing Skulltox, the kind of bigger baddie of the Skull Spider mocks I've done so far. So this is the third of the Skull Spider mocks, and it is the green Skull Spider. And this one is named, and I said before in one of my previous videos, few of them, if any of them, would be named, and this is one of the named ones. Since, you know, he is pretty big, so I decided, why not name him, you know, just because. Anyway, so here he is in his vehicle mode, and it's supposed to be a tank. I'm just gonna say it now. This thing is a piece of garbage. This thing just looks terrible. I mean, if you like it, that's good, but for me, it just looks so just terrible. I mean, I guess I didn't focus enough on the vehicle mode when I was building this guy, because it's supposed to be a tank, where one of his arms became the main gun and the other is just somewhere, but it only halfway worked. I mean, I did come up with like a cool kind of build for him, but other than that, this tank mode is just terrible. I mean, I really do not like it. You have your cannon here. It's on a ball joint, so you could put it pretty much anywhere. Just kind of rests there. Have these two Trandorans pieces just kind of there, right there. His arm is back here, just holding on to this, which has the gun on it. So it's like a secondary gun. It's not really that necessary. I just kind of wanted a secondary gun over there. Here's his head. I just put this extra skull spider here because when I was building this guy, I forgot that I was supposed to put on an extra skull spider. So I just kind of stick him around places because I forgot it. Yeah, I mean, I really don't have much to say about it, other than this is just terrible. This just looks so bad. I have these spikes here, black chest plate covering up this. Yeah, I have some, I guess, technical details down here. Green chest plate here. But yeah, you can see the gears and just like this, and I just really do not like this thing. It just looks so bad. A couple of gaps here and there. Here's the bottom view. But I mean, yeah, I'm just gonna, it's just objectively, I guess, well, not really objectively, but subjectively, in my opinion, this looks just so bad. If you like it, that's fine. I really do not like how this came out. It's just like an afterthought from a figure, just kind of make him do something that he maybe wasn't built to do. I mean, this is supposed to be a transformer. I just didn't focus enough on the vehicle mode, I guess, so it came out this bad. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. It's pretty darn bad. I just do not like this. It just looks so bad. But if that's all I have to say, might as well move on. I mentioned it was a take already, so let's just move on. So you're just going to take this blue skull spider off, set him off to the side. This, you're just going to pull off and then just kind of move it over. Pull the head out right here. And then back here, just going to detach the hand from this, just connect it with a red peg, and pull that down. So there you have half of them done. So next what you want to do is kind of move these, I guess, kind of like this. So that they're out of the way. And then you can pull this and rotate it like this, so that the front is at the front, I guess. Pull these up and behind the green chest plates, and then rest the tips of them onto the gears up here. And I'll just kind of form the side of the body, so I'll just make sure everything's straight. And yeah, next you just pull his legs apart and straighten them out. Spin the feet around, and then pull this back. So now you can stand him. Now let's pull the camera up so you can see the rest of them. So pull his arms down. Let's see. Just kind of trying to get him to stand. Pull this weapon off and just set that off or give it to his other hand. Spin that around so it's like that, and then pull this down. Then, this is something that's really cool. You're going to connect this open ball joint to this socket, and then just press that down as far as you can on the body. And I guess that's pretty cool for me, because it's like you connect something, and then, yeah, that. I just think it's cool that it works like that. And so here you have the green skull spider in his robot mode. And this robot mode I do like, contrary to his vehicle mode. This one actually looks cool, has some cool builds behind it. It's just awesome. You can see he does have these gears here, but the gear function does not actually work. I purposely locked it. I just left the gears on because why take them off? Yeah, I do like this robot mode. I think it looks really cool. Let me kind of do a pan or tilt so you can see the rest of them. And you can kind of tell he is pretty tall. I haven't measured him next to the toy yet, but I can tell he's pretty tall. Probably about the height of Tahu, or maybe a little bit taller. Yeah, it's just cool. I do like it. A couple of gaps here and there, like there's a gap here between his chest plate and his neck. You could fill that with something, but I didn't. Probably because we didn't have the parts. Little gap here. I guess that's not too bad though. Gap here between the chest and this. Yeah, it is pretty cool. I do like how this looks. I think the colors are pretty good. Have your green, your gold, and your trans neon green up here. Colors are pretty bright, which I guess it's not a bad thing necessarily, but it is pretty bright colors. So if you don't like that, you can always swap them. I don't think there's a darker green though in the CCBS system. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I don't think there's darker green. I think there's like this lime green that's on Breeze. I don't think there's any darker greens. There might be, but I don't remember any off the top of my head. Yeah, so his colors, he has the Liwa green, as you can see. He has the neon trans orange, or neon trans green. Gosh. He has the gold as his accents, and the trans red, which I'm trying to put on all my skull spiders. Just kind of the theme, you know, because the skull villains all have a little bit of trans red, so I thought since these are skull spiders, why not do the same thing? But yeah, you can see that this looks a little bit different from the one I did in the weapons tutorial, just because the piece back here broke just before I was about to record, so I was like, ah! So then I augmented it like this. Because I used something with a pin connection. It spins, so I had to put these on to keep it from rotating all the way around. But yeah, so there he is. So for articulation, head is on a ball joint. You can look down. You can look side to side. You can tilt very far. And that's just unnatural. And you can look up very far. Yeah, so this head is probably one of the most articulate heads ever. Just because of how it's attached. It's on a separate neck piece. I think it's a Hordika neck, or whatever kind of neck it is. It's a neck piece. It has the curve in it that goes up in angles. And just because of how this is connected, the ball joint is like super free. It's also super far forward. So there's that. But it's also got no limitations. Not really any limitations anyway. But yeah. It's just super articulate in the head, which is good, so you can get a lot of expressiveness with this guy. So anyway, for the arms, they can go up about that far, they can go back, they can go forward, they can rotate all the way around. And this one has a bend at the elbow about this much, so more than 90 degrees. And since this is a ball joint, so that he could have an elbow, he can also rotate. I must say, just right now, this arm just kind of looks weird compared to this one. I don't know why. It's just, I mean, look at that. It just kind of looks odd, I guess, that he has a normal arm that looks totally normal in this thing. There's the ball joint right here, but whatever it is, it just kind of looks odd to me, just a little bit. The other arm is the same, except the elbow over here has about a 90-degree bend. Hand can't go out all the way, but yeah, pretty much everything else. So yeah. So for the legs, let's angle down a bit to make it easier. Legs can go forward, they can go back, they can go out, they can go in a little bit, you can rotate, bends here more than 90 degrees, and you have all the foot articulation you need. So yeah, pretty articulate, not too many limitations, I mean like none at all. So he's pretty articulate. Robot mode's pretty clean. Not really a bunch of stuff hanging out. This is mostly all the stuff that's on his back. It's not that bad, actually. It's just awesome. You know, this is really good as a figure, I guess. But yeah. So there is this extra weapon. I didn't show how to build this because it wasn't really that important. And you can just kind of see how to build that. It's not really that important. Like I said, I'm probably going to keep saying that. Just give it to him and he can shoot stuff. You know, there's the 3 barrels, 1 here and 2 here. So yeah, the main weapon though is already attached to his arms, his large arm cannon. He can just blast you with and just like, pew, and you'd be like, ah! So anyway, you know, I do think this is a cool figure. I think this is a nice figure. I do enjoy the way he looks and like his height and stuff. But let's go ahead and get into a comparison. So for comparison, let's bring in this guy. Knees are slightly bent. Let's move this out of the way. Next to Kopaka, knees also slightly bent. And you can actually see that he is a fair bit taller than Kopaka, probably due to the mask. But even if we take that off, he's still taller. So he's probably maybe the height of Tahu without the mask, and with the mask, he's definitely taller. Legs are about as tall as Liwa's legs. I mean, they're like the exact same build in the bone pieces anyway. But the body is definitely larger, so that gives him a bit of height along with his mask. So let's just move Kopaka. And yeah, that's about all I have. So for this, like I said before, I kind of forgot that I need to store this somewhere. So this place, I mean, you could put it on his hip and just limit like articulation. Can't really put it at the knee. You put it back here. Come on. Yeah, you could just snap it on back there. It'll be a little loose. Won't really hinder articulation though. It'll just be like large and cumbersome, I guess. But I just decide, you know, I just put it wherever when I'm like setting him down. But yeah, so I kind of failed there. I guess this guy was a fail in more than one area, but I do really like the figure itself. It just looks so awesome to me. Aside from its problems, which it doesn't really have many of. These will probably move around a little bit. You probably have to adjust this. Oh, and I forgot, this guy kind of has waist articulation. Can't really do much with it. He can go forward a little bit. Trying to show you what it can do. Can't really go back. He has a little bit of rotate, but that looks weird. Like really weird. And then these get all messed up, so you have to put them back. So it's not really that useful, the waist articulation, but there is a ball joint right there, just due to how I wanted it to transform. So if you really wanted to use that, you could. But yeah. So there's all I have to say about, you know, the figure review. So for the story, this one, why he's named Skulltox, because he was attached to a villager at the time when the Energon hit him. So when he mutated, he was not only bigger, but he was a little bit smarter, and he could actually talk. Which I guess I should say not all the skull spiders can talk, because the skull spiders don't really have mouths for talking. They have mouths for biting, I guess. But this one here can definitely talk. He can, you know, he's a bit smarter since he was attached to a villager at the time, which is why he's larger, which is why he's I guess stronger, I guess, which is why he's also named. So yeah, there's his story. So this will definitely be one of the more formidable skull spiders out to the Toa. I mean, all 6 against this guy, no problem. But maybe 1 against him would be a little bit more challenging, definitely. I mean, he's not like the big baddie like Kolta is. If you didn't know, he's a skull grinder in this new wave. He's not as big as Kolta or as powerful, but he's definitely more formidable than if he was like this size. But yeah, that's all I have to say. So thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe for more of my content. And I will see you guys later.